Alright, so there's a couple different tools that you'll need to start getting modding, and most of them can be found on this Discord. I will link. It's the State of Decay 2 modding Discord. There's really three main cheats to use. I would advise not to use WeMod just because it's not that good, in my opinion. But the first main one we'll be using is the community editor, and all you have to do is download it and extract it. It's pretty simple stuff. I'm sure you've done it before. And obviously you do have to have State of Decay on your PC, but as long as you link your Microsoft account with your PC store, Microsoft Store, you can get the game for free. So once you have it downloaded, all you have to do is open the game once, and then you can open the software and it'll have all your communities loaded up. You just pick whichever one you want to mod, and there's quite a few different things that you can do. There's the community. You can press this little edit tab and you can change the name. You can change all your food and your influence. Don't go past 999 for all of them except for influence. Don't go past 9,999, because if you do, I'm pretty sure it'll corrupt your save usually. Plus, you don't typically need more than that, except for when buying outposts, but it doesn't really matter. And obviously after that, you'll have to click save. Make sure you don't mess it up. And before you start modding, you should definitely do save as, and you can just make a save of your game somewhere and just name it what you already have one of these named as, and just save it somewhere else, so in case you do mess something up, you can back it all up so you don't lose all your stuff. But so the next thing you can do is you can mod your survivors. As you can see, I have modded names on all mine. So you can change their name with all these, and right after you change their name or something, see if you change it, it doesn't stick. So what you have to do is you have to type it and then press save, and then it'll stay like that. That's the really only way to do it. And then obviously you can add in all your new skills that you want. There's a certain limit you shouldn't go over. I'm pretty sure it's for traits you shouldn't go over 500, I'm pretty sure, but I don't think most people will be doing that. Yeah, you can add your traits, you can edit them, and set them to max, do all that. You can change your character's voice model, and inside the Discord there's a couple pinned messages that tell you what each of them sound like, and then there's the same thing for what the character models look like. The really cool camouflage one is the Daybreak one, like these. So if you look at it now he's the Daybreak guy. Most people like that one. And then so the next thing that most people will probably be wanting to do is the modding guns. Now I wouldn't really worry about any of these other ones like floor cars and all that. You mainly just want to use the player community, because that's what your locker is. And so you can mod your ammo. This is everything, all the types of ammo that you have in there. All you have to do is you click on it, you can set the amount, or you can change it into a different kind of ammo. And then yeah, make sure you have to press set after you change it, or if you have too much stuff, you can delete it if you want. And for each thing, before you leave that tab, if I mod my ammo and stuff, you have to do save all changes before you go into the next tab like that, or else it won't stick. So the main thing that everyone's gonna be wanting to know how to do is mod guns, and in order to get reloadable modded guns, like the ones that you can get back to 9,000 or whatever, or 999, is in order to do that you have to have a gun, obviously, and then you can set it to the max durability and all that, and then you want to add mods to it. And in order to get it to that crazy amount of ammo in the mag, is you have to I'd recommend using this one, because this has the most mag capacity that I know of, this AK mag. Just equip it and just add a couple of them to it, just maybe like 10 or something like that. As you can see, this one has like, with just this amount of like, I think that's maybe like 12, 10, something like that. That's like 2,000 bullets in the mag, and you can reload it to 2,000. So just any gun, you can pick it, you can change it to, this is like a list of all the guns you can change them to. And then you can change it to that, add all these mods. If you want a gun to have no recoil, add a bunch of chokes. If you want it to do more damage, add a bunch of brakes, obviously. And same thing with ammo and all that, add a bunch of mags. Now using the save editor, you can't really duplicate guns necessarily. Get it, how I got all these B50s is using a different tool, which I'll show you later on in the video. Most of these other tabs, I don't really use the vehicles. A lot of it's really kind of confusing. Not that useful, to be honest. You can change your facilities, something else. The miscellaneous, this tab is pretty useful. You unlock all map icons, so you don't have to go around your map scouting everything. You can unlock all radio calls. Make sure you do this one, because this will be useful later on. Make sure you unlock that, so you can get a lot of these cool cars. And you can set your prestige to whatever you want. Make sure you don't go over 9,999. I'm not sure if unlocking daybreak items works if you don't have the DLC, obviously. I haven't really tested that, but make sure after you do everything, make sure you do save all changes, and the next time you mod, if you mod again like soon, you make sure you go to the main menu, or else you'll be editing the wrong save. Alright, so I'll show you guys the next tool. This one's mainly for like modding your characters, because this is just the beta tool. You can find it in the Discord if you go into the community editor tab and go in your pinned messages. It's this one right here. It says beta in it, and then this is the normal one that I just showed you guys. So here's the character modding tool. It's the beta. It's a little bit different, but same concept. What I mainly use this one is whenever my characters die, I like to have a lot of them at all times. So this is my favorite character that I use. And then so what you would do is you can get a good character that you like, and then you'd export them, and then it'll save it to a file, and then you can import them, and they'll be saved in here, and you can just import them a couple times. I wouldn't do too much at one time because you don't want to break your save. And then there's all these other things. It's pretty similar to the other one. There's just a couple more things. Add skills. You can trade out your traits. With the health and the stamina, don't go over 999 for any of these, really. Don't go over 999 because it'll usually break if you go past that. Make sure you always save your changes, and that's pretty much all for this one, really. Remember, if you guys ever need help, you can just comment, or you can, the guys in here are pretty nice. You can just talk in the general, they'll help you out, or you can go in the support tab, they'll help you. Yeah, so that's the two save editors. Those you can only use to edit while the game is closed. But this next one I'll show you is you can edit while the game is open, and you can mod in like all different things. You can use it to duplicate guns. You can use it to mod their durability. You can host modded lobbies with this. It's pretty nice. Sorry about the volume of the game, by the way. It's really so the way you'll get this one is you tab. You go into your pins, and you gotta download this one right here. And then you also gotta download the cheat engine game process. You gotta download that. So once you have them both downloaded, you just extract the table in here. In here you can extract it, and then you can't open it while the game is like loading in like this, or else it'll usually crash your game. But that doesn't really affect it, other than you having to open it again. So you just open up your save. Sorry about these loading times, they're pretty big pain. just make sure you don't open the cheat engine table while you're loading in, because it'll usually crash it, and you'll have to load through everything all over again. And mind you, all this progress does transfer over. If you're playing on Xbox too, this does transfer over. You just gotta play on here and then have your Xbox off or closed out of State of Decay, and give it a second. Then once you get back, like close your game on your PC, then get back on your Xbox, open up your game on your Xbox, it'll sync your data, and then you'll have your stuff from your PC. Obviously my game is lagging a little bit, my character won't load in. Right, there we go. This is the Daybreak character, by the way. I don't have any of the Daybreak DLC. And then, so all you gotta do is you open up the cheat engine table, State of Decay 2. You can also like teleport. There's a lot of really cool things you can do. Try to bring it onto the screen so you guys can see it. Main ones, I'll show you guys all the ones I usually have enabled. I have the unlimited health because I usually have that on just so I don't die while I'm helping out my friends. If you want to have a modded lobby, just turn on unlimited weapon durability. Turn on this bottom one. This makes it so every gun in your map has modded durability. And then turn on unlimited weight, because most modded guns weigh a lot because of all the attachments. If you turn on no reload, that makes all guns in your map have unlimited ammo. Make sure you set it to this one at the bottom, because this is the one that affects the whole map and your locker and everything. No spread, no recoil in this way. All those are pretty self-explanatory. I keep this one on so I can call in lots of cars. It's pretty useful. Keep these two on. I'm not sure if they work, to be honest. All these like crafting ones, those help you like upgrade your base a lot easier. Now with the teleport one's kind of a doozy, to be honest. There's a lot of complicated things you have to do to change it. Most of it's explained pretty well by the developers of this tool in the Discord, if you need help, or in the comments. But as long as you have a numpad on your keyboard, it's just it tells you the binds. You just gotta look at the notes right here. It tells you how to do everything in here. You just gotta press like numpad dash and numpad plus. You can just teleport to wherever you want on the map. Now these two are pretty important. Massive items. That makes it so everything goes to 999. So you see this plague sample? I've only got one of it right now. Let's say I turn on massive items. Now if I open my inventory, I have 999. Now whenever you drop these stacks of 999, now if someone that isn't modding picks it up, it doesn't give them 999. So if you try and help out your friends, it won't work that way, but it will give them it'll fill their inventory with however high you can stack it. So if this were bullets, you drop bullets, you'll pick it up, they'll pick them up, and they'll have a bunch of stacks of 30. So if you are being nice and helping out your friends, just make sure they have all their slots empty. And then you can turn on minimum items if you have like too much stuff and you just want to get rid of most of it. That's pretty much minimum and maximum items. Pretty simple stuff. There is I don't have Daybreak, so I'm not sure if this works. Any of this works in Daybreak, but I assume it is. Since you know it's the same game, most of it's the same. You can turn on unlimited wall health for Daybreak. And then here's some like weapon mods for you. This mod's like all your abilities on your guns and stuff. I usually turn on quietness so I don't attract zombies to my base. But here's the big important part. You gotta listen pretty close on this. So for this is for duplicating all this stuff you just saw me turn on. The swap item IDs, that's what you need to duplicate. And then you turn on your slots 1 through 12, and it'll drop down all these boxes. Now, the most efficient way to duplicate is to use like duplicate. You can duplicate pretty much everything in the game except like rucksacks, because that's usually pretty dangerous. But you shouldn't really need rucksacks as long as you have like max everything. So what you want to do is how I do it is I get these crossbow bullets. You could probably do it with like ammo or do it with like paper notes. Just fill your inventory up with them, except for one slot. And then you've got your gun right here, equipped.
I am so sorry.
You just open up the table, put it over here, and all these random numbers and IDs like that. That's your that's all the stuff in your inventory. So in order to figure out what the ID of your gun is, you gotta unequip it, and see which one changes. Now this is slot 1, I'm pretty sure, right here. Let me open this up on my other monitor so it's easier to do. You gotta, yeah, this top right one right here, this is slot 11. So the ID of my gun is, this is the ID of my gun, so I can copy that, Control C obviously. Now all these other things, these are all the arrows. So what I want to do is, if you hold Control and click on each one of these, and then keep holding Control and then double click, paste in that ID with Control V. Now sometimes if your game crashes, don't worry, everything's okay, just open it back up. You might want to duplicate a little slowly, so then if that does crash, then you'll want to duplicate over like one item at a time instead of all at once. And then bam, look at that, full inventory of these B50s. Now if you guys want to hit me up in the comments, you can see my gamer tag a couple times. It's Texas with a V. You can hit me up. I've got all these B50s and Eagles. I don't even want them. I've got way too many. I've got like 200. You know, not to flex, but yeah, that's pretty much like all the duplicating stuff. It's pretty simple. If you want to duplicate like your bullets, all you gotta do is turn on massive items right here, and then take it out of your locker, and it won't take any out, and you can just put them back in. I don't really want to do that though, because I'm not trying to get any more bullets. It's kind of annoying to scroll through all of them. I've got all these Deagles and all that. These are all modded guns. See how the capacity is at 1,810? That means you can reload them. That's how you tell if they're reloadable. If your friends join and they want to mod their guns too, you can mod them for them really easily. All you gotta do is have, like I said earlier, you gotta have no reload, set all weapons ammo to 999, and then unlimited weapon durability, range/melee, the bottom one. Then all your friends have to do when they join is they'll have these normal guns. All they have to do is just drop their gun on the ground, pick it back up, and then it'll have 999 ammo. It's just as simple as that. Like, literally. All you gotta do is drop it and pick it back up. It'll have 999 ammo and max durability. You'll be the coolest friend ever. And then in order to get you can spawn in all these cars and stuff over here.
Leaving for a bit.
All these different ones you can spawn in order to spawn them in. Earlier, whenever I said enable that unlock all radio calls, those will give you like all the developer radio calls and everything like that. So you need to make sure you do unlock all radio calls before you open your game in order to do what I'm about to do. Now, the other thing you want to do is make sure you have instant radio cooldown. Make sure you have that on. Then all you have to do is open up your radio, which you can check the controls for the game and the settings and all that. If you don't know the binds, you can just click this and it'll tell you everything. Oh, sorry. Another tip is make sure you play on windowed mode. Whenever you're duplicating, that'll keep you from crashing. Make sure you play on windowed, because if you play on full screen, that will the game doesn't like it, so it'll mess you up a lot. You gotta play on windowed. So in order to get all these cool cars and stuff, you can spawn them all in using this. Just go to your vehicle delivery. So you've got all these different cars in here. You can go ahead and spawn them all in and figure out what they are, but there's a couple cool ones. You can get like the Ultimate Edition without even buying the Ultimate Edition. There's all these different cars. Now, keep in mind, whenever you join other people's games, you won't have all of these. You'll only have certain ones, like you won't have the debug cars and all that. Like,
We gotta have some fucking transport out here.
I'll show you what these look like. They look pretty cool. I've got one of them up on my roof over there, I think, actually. It's a pretty good spot for them.
So when are we gonna stop
This is
living
the
like
fast
cavemen
car right
get some
there,
power
and
flowing in
that blue car right there, that's one of the debug cars, the dev cars. Like I said, you get all the DLC stuff for your world. You can call it in. You can call in like the prestige trader and all that. Alright, so another thing you want to be careful of is every time your game crashes while you're using the cheat engine table, is you'll have to close it and then reopen it every time your game crashes. So if you have it open and your game crashes, you can't just use it again once your game opens, because all the IDs changed and everything, so you've got to reopen the table. And then that's pretty much mostly everything. If you guys do need help, you can you know, like I said, hit me up on Xbox. That's my name. I'll leave my Discord in the description, the Discord server and all that. Yeah, I think that's everything. Yeah, if you guys need help, you know, hit me up. Thanks, guys. Peace.